नमस्कार, हिमालय टेलिभिजनमा यहाँहरु सम्पूर्णलाई स्वागत छ। आजको विशेष कुराकानीमा म फेरि एकजना नयाँ विशेष अतिथि लिएर आएको छु। आज हामी कुरा गर्नेछौँ मल्टिनेशनल हस्पिटालिटी कम्पनी रेडिसन होटल ग्रुप बारे र नेपालमा रहेका विभिन्न ब्रान्डेड होटल्सहरुको अवस्था कस्तो छ, कहाँ छन् र इन्डस्ट्रीको कस्तो छ ग्रोथ भनेर हामी विशेष केन्द्रित रहेर कुराकानी गर्नेछौँ। र त्यसका लागि मसँग रेडिसन होटल ग्रुपबाट हुनुहुन्छ म्यानेजिङ डाइरेक्टर तथा भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट अफ अपरेशन्स इन साउथ एसिया मिस्टर Zubin Saxena. Help me welcome him. Zubin sir, welcome to the show.
Namaskar, Jzarana ji. Namaskar.
And also welcome to Nepal as well.
Thank you. It is not my only trip here. I've been here many times before. It's a lovely country, beautiful people, happy smiling faces, and it's always a joy to be here.
You also have a happy smiley face.
Thank you.
So first thing I want to ask is, how is Radisson Hotel Group doing?
We are doing well now, especially given the last couple of years. Which were very difficult for the industry at large. You know, all of us went through some very difficult times because of COVID. And the travel industry was the worst hit, as we all know. But now we are seeing green shoots. We are seeing good, strong recovery, and we are thankful for that. The way ahead seems to be a good, bright journey. Yes. So we are optimistic, cautiously optimistic for the future. But I do believe the worst is behind us.
There has to be.
Yes.
Prepare for the worst.
Yes.
So how do you see the market in Nepal opening up for branded hotels like Radisson?
We see Nepal to be a sunrise market from a hospitality point of view and from a Radisson point of view. You know, our association in Nepal has been almost 25 years old. You know,
which is very long.
Which is very long. And we have a lovely hotel, the Radisson in Kathmandu, which has been here for more than 2.5 decades. And that has become a landmark. And, 25 years ago, Nepal, Kathmandu was perhaps one of the prominent markets where you would like to have a hotel. Now, the market has grown. There is going to be even stronger growth in the future as we see it. And naturally, all the key cities in Nepal, across the 7 provinces, are going to become logical destinations from our point of view.
Like you mentioned, key cities, Viratnagar. So a few days ago, you signed for new hotel.
Yes.
In Viratnagar. So how did you zero in on Viratnagar? Why Viratnagar?
It was a logical place for us. And also to start off with, we had fantastic partners, the Centurion Group, and they have a great vision for this property. We found them to be very high quality in their thinking, in their mindset. And Viratnagar as a destination is the industrial gateway. So it is a logical place for us to be. It is a business destination. And as the economies will strengthen and as things come back, I think it'll have stronger footfall in the years to come. And, not only Viratnagar, in fact, there are other markets, other cities, yes, in Nepal, which we are looking at. So I would imagine us to have more hotels in places like Birganj. In places,
major cities of Nepal.
Yes, major cities of Nepal. Bhairava, Pokhara, Lumbini. So it's not only the business destinations; it is also tourism destinations.
Absolutely.
So we have a long journey to cover. Yes, we are just at the beginning of it.
Tentatively, can you tell me how long will it take?
Our vision is to have about 25 hotels in Nepal in the next 5 to 10 years.
That's quite a lot of number.
We think it is achievable.
I think.
Yes.
You think it's achievable?
Yes, absolutely. The economy is growing. The Nepal as a market, as a destination, is becoming more and more prominent. And the demographics support that. The international visitation trends support that. I think it's just the right recipe for success.
So the one Radisson hotel in Kathmandu, that is franchise, right?
Yes.
So the one you're talking that is going to be in Viratnagar is
that's a managed property. Correct.
So what is the difference, and is it closer to the brand?
No, well, I would say both the properties are closer to the brand. There's a difference in the way these hotels are operated. In the franchised format, we partner with high quality partners who can run their hotels very close to the brand standards. In managed property, of course, again, high quality partners, but there more and more we want to manage our properties ourselves.
Right.
So our strategy is now predominantly managed, but selective franchising. So I think we will, as we go ahead, continue to have a mix of both. Viratnagar, of course, happens to be our managed hotel.
Okay, let's look forward to it. Let's come to Radisson itself.
Yes.
So what are Radisson's plan for Nepal in future?
Radisson's plans for Nepal for the future, like I said, we want to have 25 hotels. We see that in the next 5 to 10 years. We want to be in every major city in Nepal and in every major tourism destination. So that's at a Nepal level. At a larger level, we see that Nepal becomes very obvious to the larger tourist circuits. For example, the Buddhist circuit. We have hotels in Sri Lanka, in Kandy, then we have hotels up in Varanasi and Gorakhpur, and then of course Lumbini happens to be. So it is those kind of larger regional trends also which are at play here. But we have some very strong, robust plans around this market.
So how has your personal journey been in this hotel industry?
It has been a great journey. It has been a very gratifying journey. I feel blessed to be in an industry where one can serve others, where one can put others and your guests before yourself. Not every industry will give you an opportunity to do that. This is an industry where you can really care for people. So I think it's been very very satisfying, and it has been a good journey. And I hope to make my contributions as we go ahead.
So coming to the operational efficiency and effectiveness, so is Nepal different from other countries in South Asia?
No, not really. And I'll tell you why. The fundamentals will be governed by a few key dominant factors. There will be supply side factors, which means it talks about the availability of branded lodging supply. There will be demand side factors, which talks about tourism growth, lodging industry growth, commercial growth, right? And then there will be HR, human resources related factors, where you need to have, especially in our industry, a very high quality labor force which can service our guests and our hotels. Again, the way the world is today, all economies are more or less interlocked. So, and take the example of COVID, for example. It was just not limited to 1 or 2 countries. And all of us across the world as global citizens went through it together and came out of it almost at the same time. And we had similar kind of impact. So to answer to your question, I don't think fundamentally it's different. We might be in different timelines. So for instance, in certain other markets, and I'll talk about South Asia and India. Radisson Hotel Group, we have more than 150 hotels. We have a hotel every 4 hours in India, north to south and east to west. So you could just pretty much travel and stay in Radisson Hotel every 4 hours and move on. And that's our distribution. In Nepal, we are seeking to get there. And so we are at the beginning of that journey, and but we surely will get there.
Okay, so you have a lot of responsibility. Like you're responsible for spearheading the hotel's portfolio and then operations, and also implementing the new standards of brand. So how challenging it is for you personally?
Well, we have a great team.
Actually, it's a teamwork.
It is teamwork. Yeah. And when you're working with industry-leading professionals, it only becomes easier. So it is good to have challenges because they keep you on track. They keep you thriving, like you said. our mindset is a quality-oriented mindset. We want to grow, but at the same time, we want to also grow the quality of our hotels, of our business, of our guest experience in our hotels. So that is a real challenge, and that is a real opportunity for us. We are working very hard to have exceptional guest experience scores. Today in our South Asia portfolio, nearly 70% of our properties are running guest satisfaction scores of north of 90%, which is considered to be excellent in our industry. Our aspiration is to make it 100%. We are working very hard towards that. So challenge again, I think, and this is a global challenge more so in growing markets, is having a talent pool, a qualified human resources, because each hotel, directly or indirectly, generates about 16 employments. These could be the employees who are working in your hotels directly, or the other people down the supply chain or the value chain who are supporting your hotels. So if you were to run the math, roughly speaking, and it would be little different up and down in different markets, but tends to be in that ratio. So one hotel room will generate for about anywhere between 16 to 20 employments.
So 1 is to 16 or 20.
Yes. So for every one hotel room, you have to have 20 high quality mindsets.
So that renders quite a lot in employment.
Yes, that renders. Yes, I think hotels are big economic thrivers. Absolutely. They are big economic employment generators. But the challenge will remain. We are in a service industry. We have to serve with a smile. We have to give the highest quality of guest experience, and for that you need to have very high quality talent working for you. So it's not only it's a science and it's an art, at the same time.
So when you mention high quality talent and quality group and also the qualified human resource, so how is the scenario in Nepal? Are there enough qualified people in Nepal for this industry?
Well, I think the challenge, there can never be enough. Let me answer it that way.
Bigger companies like you, it's never enough.
Yes. But that's also true for India and any other market. The point is that we have to address this at a fundamental level. And that will mean that we need to have a lot of good and world-class hospitality educational institutes. That has to be ingrained. If tourism is a core pillar of the economy, we have to look at it that way. And I think, like I mentioned earlier, the Nepalese hospitality industry is in a sunrise phase right now.
It's at the very beginning.
It is at the beginning. And so is what I would think for India as well. We have 150 hotels in India. We see India going to about 400 hotels. I think the South Asia economy is in a sunrise phase. And we're at the very beginning of a very long journey, which will take us right up to the mountain top.
So what would be your suggestions to make it stronger, this journey?
We need to focus at the grassroots level. We need to be able to provide skilling opportunities. We need to be able to provide hospitality education opportunities. We need to be able to have specialist courses, say in revenue management or marketing or sales or hotel management. So, that kind of skilling has to be created, and also the academic institutions have to work very closely with the industry at large. As an industry, and I can clearly speak for Radisson Hotels, we would be very happy to be part of that journey where we can help young minds grow and develop into world-class hospitality professionals. That will be a real honor for us.
So, do you have any words for the aspirants who are looking forward to this industry?
Well, I think the most important thing that I want to say is don't compete with anyone else, compete with yourself every day. And if every day you can be a little bit better, compared to what you were yesterday, that is success in itself. So the competition is with yourself. And don't let anybody tell you you're not good enough. You know you are.
So how is the future looking like? So what are the new trends for this industry globally and also specifically in Nepal? New trends? Any new trends?
Yes, I think the industry will drastically change in the next 5, 10, 15 years. In 15 years, it is going to be very different to what it looks to be today. In the next 5 years, medium term, short to medium term, we will see some significant changes. I think technology will change a lot of the things we do. Technology will change the guest experience. It will change ways of working. It will bring in a lot of efficiency into our business. We might even have robots serving us.
Wow.
You enter into a hotel and you want something from the room service, you could have a robot coming in and serving you your favorite latte or your favorite cappuccino, or that will happen. The alternative universe now, which is becoming more and more of a reality. So I think that will happen. Artificial intelligence will start playing a big role. So I think technology will change the way the hospitality industry works. And I can tell you at Radisson Hotel Group, we're already working towards that.
Wow.
So we are launching now something called Emma.
The artificial intelligence.
That's our new technology platform. And imagine you were staying in our hotel here in Kathmandu, and then you check into our hotel in London, and the guest services team here picks up that you like to go to bed with a warm chamomile tea.
It gives you history.
It gives you history. It gives you experience. And that is going to get picked up anywhere
you travel
across the world.
So that's going to be absolutely easy for a traveler.
Absolutely. Your phone's going to become your key.
Wow.
You don't check into a hotel standing on a reception desk. You will check into the hotel on your phone. You will check out on your phone. And if you're in your room, you don't necessarily need to pick up the phone and call room service. You can just do a WhatsApp chat, and get a response right away. So those are some of the things. And what I'm mentioning here is perhaps only 5% of what will happen in the future. I imagine there to be hotels up in space in 25 years.
So what is it called again?
Emma. Yes, Emma. See, it is our company's motto, every moment matters. So Emma comes from that. Every moment matters in action, Emma.
So abbreviation.
Yes, it comes
so that's
from that.
good. Basically, it's a technology that keeps history of a traveler or a guest.
Yes.
So it becomes easier for you to travel anywhere.
That is one of the many things it does. It also brings in a lot of efficiency on the operating side of the business. And it also gives you a lot of predicting, forecasting technology, forecasting insight into how is the business going to track, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, maybe a year out. And then you can plan, so all of those things will have an impact on the business, on the operating costs, on the efficiencies, and overall on the profitability and the guest experience, which overall is where it all starts, really.
Overall everything.
Yes, overall everything.
It's like you mentioned AI. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, like robots and all, when we go to hotels and everywhere, basically in hospitality sector, so does that have any negative impact on human resource who are qualified and already are there? Does that cut off number?
No, that's not true. Because see, on one hand, there we spoke about a shortage of qualified manpower, and that will always remain. Why? Also because hospitality is a highly transferable skill. You have youngsters from our hotel institutes or hotels, joining the airline industry, or they're joining other services industry. So that will always be. The growth in our industry is going to be very significant and very rapid. So I don't think it will really displace that many jobs. I think clearly, yes, we will become more efficient as an industry, but the growth in the industry will be able to support the job growth as well. So I don't, my view is that in the long term, it will not, it will balance out, because see, imagine India, for example, I remember the numbers so I can speak to them. India about in the year 2000 was about 20,000 branded hotel rooms.
20,000.
20,000 all over India. Now in 20 years after that, 2020 or 22 where we are now, we are close to 200,000. You know, the growth has been from 20,000 to 210 times, you know. And I can tell you in the next 5 years that 200,000 will also grow, you know, significantly. You know, where are we going to get all the, you know? So I think that is where technology will come in. I don't think it will necessarily displace jobs. I think it will just add another layer of efficiency to the business, which is very much required.
We have now come to the end of the show. Anything that you would like to say to our Nepalese viewers, Nepalese guests that will be traveling all around the world? Anything?
Yes. Keep smiling. You know, it's a beautiful country, beautiful people, happy smiling faces, you know, warm hospitality. And, you know, that's what Nepal is all about. So that's precious. And please keep it that way.
Okay, thank you, Zubin. Thank you for coming. Thank you for with this wonderful conversation.
It's my honor. Thank you.
दर्शक वृन्द आजको विशेष कुराकानीमा मसँग विशेष अतिथि हुनुहुन्थ्यो म्यानेजिङ डाइरेक्टर तथा भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट अफ अपरेसन्स साउथ एसिया रेडिसन होटल ग्रुपबाट मिस्टर जुबिन सक्सेना। आज उहाँसँग हामीले कुरा गर्यौं साउथ एसियामा रहेका ब्रान्डेड होटल्सहरूको अवस्था, स्पेशली रेडिसन होटल ग्रुपले गरिरहेका चेन अफ होटल्सको अवस्था कस्तो छ र साथसाथै यस्ता ठुल्ठुला होटल्सको अवस्था साउथ एसियामा चाहिँ कस्तो छ र साथसाथै नेपालमा पनि कस्तो छ भनेर आज हामी केन्द्रित रहेर कुराकानी गर्यौं। अर्को विशेष कुराकानीमा नयाँ अतिथि लिएर फेरि पनि आउनेछु। आज पनि मलाई बिदा दिनुहोस्। नमस्ते।